Hello everyone, today is September 10th, 2020. 2 days ago I celebrated my 35th birthday. 20 years, 4 months and 17 days ago, I attempted to take my life. 11 years, 9 months and 1 day ago, I contemplated taking my life. And 4 years, 7 months and 14 days ago was the last time that I had any remotely suicidal thoughts. Today is September 10th, 2020. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. So similar to last year, I kickstarted a series of mental health videos talking about my journey, my experiences, which you can find on the same YouTube channel these will be on. I'm going to try and not cover too much of the same ground this year, although I will be going over some other things with perhaps a now altered perspective, because a hell of a lot can change in a year. As I said at the start of this video, this week I turned 35 and it was just the most amazing time. It was just a really good birthday. I was with, people who are really close to me, people who have become my family in recent years, people who are my safe space. They are people who are my safe space. I feel like I can trust them and that there's no insincerity, that they love me as much as I love them, and it's never said or expressed just to say it. I feel that it's meant, and I believe that they where everything comes from me. That's been a very long time coming. As I said, 20 years ago, when I was 14 years old, I made an attempt on my life, and it has been a very long road to recovery. I have borderline personality disorder. I have sleeping disorders. So there's been a lot going on in here, and that has been heavily influenced by what has happened out here and what I've allowed to happen. People I've allowed to be in my life or treat me a certain way or take everything I've been willing to give, but perhaps I shouldn't have. It's taken a long time to find a group of people that legitimately have my best interests at heart, and who treat me like I deserve to be treated. And that's not to discredit everyone before. There's been some great friendships that I have from the past, but there on both sides have been relationships that shouldn't have lasted anywhere near as long as they did, largely based through trauma bonds, which is such a real thing. I was going through a very difficult time as a teenager, and I fell in love with someone who was equally going through a difficult time. And for them, they didn't get past their difficult time, and are no longer with us. For me, that was the catalyst in me really not wanting to ever reach that point again. I did reach that point, as I said earlier. It's been coming up 12 years since I last considered taking my life, but I didn't go through with it. I didn't even, or as you can see, because I'm sat here, but I didn't even begin any steps. It was a thought, and it was quite relatively fleeting, because so much has happened between then and now that I've loved and learned from, that I can't imagine not having had the life I've lived. I wouldn't have complained if I'd had a life with less illness and less trauma, I guess, but it has led me to being who I am and where I am, and I'm happy with that. Like some people from my past may beg to differ, but they're from my past and I don't really care. I'm a good person and I look out for people and I do my best to help people. And that is because of the things that I have come up against in my life, and the illnesses I've had and the feelings that I've had. I'm very vocal these days about my experiences and my feelings. I don't bottle things up. Some people might think maybe I wear my heart on my sleeve too much, but I'd rather get it out there than keep it in and explode. And you should do exactly the same. So this will be the first in another series of videos covering different things. One of those will be the impact of lockdown and COVID on my mental health and what I've perceived of its impact of those around me. Anxiety is something that someone asked me to cover, and I'm happy to cover any topic, whether it's something I've experienced or not. I will have had some life experience with it through myself or other people. I will talk about anything. So if there's anything you would like to hear from someone else's perspective that perhaps you have been dealing with, then you can very confidentially hit me up and I will cover it in one of the next videos. And if you're just not in the right space, or you just need someone to talk to again, I'm always here and there's always people here. There'll be some numbers on the screen at the end of this video, and some websites that you can look at that will hopefully point you in the right direction of getting yourself back on track, because we've all had our darker days, some more than others. Unfortunately, not everyone comes out the other side. So this is me saying that if you need help getting there, I'm here, and so are plenty of other people around you. Today is September 10th, 2020. It is World Suicide Prevention Day. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken to for a while. It doesn't matter what your relationship was like. It doesn't matter whether you're super close to them. You just might be the thing that makes their day. Don't ignore people when we're trying to make plans with you. Don't ignore people when they're looking for your time. Don't ignore people when they're showing you love. You can find ways to support people without giving away too much of yourself. Everyone is going through something, including you. So you don't just need to help people when they reach out to you. You need to ask for help too. Whether that's just asking a friend to watch a movie or go for a walk, or to have them listen to everything that's going on in your mind. There is someone who is willing to listen. I am someone who is willing to listen. If you don't have the mental bandwidth to be someone's support system right now, just be honest about it and tell them that you'll get back to them. Don't leave people on red. Don't ignore people. Don't lie to people. Just be upfront. We've all been there. Look after each other and look after yourself. I look forward to hearing from some of you about what you'd like me to talk about. I'm also happy to talk with someone on camera if anyone is comfortable with that. I think it's quite interesting to see different people's perspective about the same experiences. So if you would like to be involved in that, whether you are in Wellington and can do it face to face, or whether we could do it as like a screen recorded Zoom thing, I'm open to suggestion. Collaboration is always great. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And here's some websites and numbers for you if you are needing them.